let's start with all around demos. Let's start with like things that encompass, like if somebody comes over and says, I want, or you want to showcase everything that your system can do.
All right, cool.
Let's start there.
All right, I like that. And then I'll make a couple other ones, some variations of that.
Yeah, because there are demos, like whenever we do a home theater get together and stuff, there's always different clips that we like to play or people like to play or hear for showcasing different aspects, but then there's other stuff that does like the full gamut of what a whole theater can do. So I always like to start with Jonathan. I like to put Jonathan on the spot. He's just sitting there like we're conversing. He's just saying.
The good thing with Jonathan, he's got do you have a wealth of demo material? Seems like every time I visit your home theater, you throw in some new stuff. And so I like that. I have my go-tos and it kind of gets boring, man. So I'm curious to see what you've come up with. So best all around demos for home theater.
Sure. So I use MK Toolkit to rip the tracks, the chapters out of a Blu-ray disc, and then make my own demo clips. And so if I'm watching a Blu-ray with a family or something and I see something I like, then I go ahead and cut a little rip out of it.
Yeah.
So I have kind of usually I change it about once a year, my playlist. So this last year, it's been like that THX Eclipse demo, and it's an old one, right? Mm-hmm. It's like 2014 or something. It's only 5.1, but it's when you upmix it to all the channels and it's got that deep THX low note, it's one that everyone just kind of like drops their jaw on. It's really a fun one. So that one's always in there. Some of the Dolby Atmos demo that you see at theaters like Unfold or Conductor or Maze, those are in there. Sure. I really like the How to Train Your Dragon clip when they're kind of like flying through the caves.
You're a big proponent of How to Train Your Dragon. You've always been on that one. Yeah, you've always liked that one.
My little fan will spin up and have some air come up to the audience, and it kind of makes a smile.
Nice.
And then Mad Max Fury Road, that's been in there for a little while now.
Sure.
The Interstellar launch, and I like starting it a little bit earlier than the real crazy part where the space shuttle launches. I like it where they get a little emotion, draw them in. Yeah.
Story.
But what would you say is the go-to end-all be-all for you if you wanted to showcase everything your system could do? Which demo would you go to?
I'll probably say it in the form of a movie. I would say if I have guests over who have never been here and they're like, let's watch a full-length movie, I'll just throw in Gravity with Atmos because it's got all the voices that are going all over the place, and it's got deep bass, and it's got nice, like, beautiful kind of like IMAX type visuals. It's pretty. It's a good all-arounder.
Sure.
And you have a fun story.
And you have the Luxe Edition?
Well, yes.
I only throw that out
Luxe Edition.
I get it, but not everybody knows that. So I don't want people going out just buying Gravity. I literally had a guy yesterday say in my comments that he spent $250 buying the Gravity Luxe Edition. I'm like, holy cow, that's insane, man.
So I'm going to be honest here. I have the 3D version, and I have another version that I thought I was getting with Atmos. Neither had it. So I bought it twice. I pulled down the Atmos track on the Mux thing, and I pirated it. As a general rule, I don't pirate movies. All right. You can see back there, I got my.
I pirated it. As a general rule, I don't pirate that.
But I bought 2 copies of it, and neither of them include the Atmos copy. And like you say, it's like $300. I'm not buying the $300 copy. I'm not doing it.
I gotcha.
So there's that. Sorry.
All right, so we'll edit that out of the show. We're not advocating.
No, we're not. Okay. I don't generally do it.
But appreciate your honesty. So what do you think?
What about you? What are you throwing me on the bus?
I'm gonna throw you on the bus. I've got some, that's
such a hard topic. You know, sure. I threw it at Jonathan, but
you picked it, though.
It's so difficult, and I really like Gravity too. I mean, it's an oldie, but it's such a good one to showcase absolutely everything.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the movie was almost purpose built for it. It was one of the first, wasn't it, to really showcase Atmos in all of its glory.
Very first was Brave. Very first.
One of the first.
Okay.
One of the first. And I would say that Gravity's was better than Brave.
Oh yeah, I agree
for sure. But I'd have to say Gravity is another go-to because it's not overwhelming. It's almost I don't know if this is the right word, but it's very precise. Like it's not overwhelming in your face. Everything is there for a reason.
Sure.
And you can virtually point at any object that's making the sound on screen instead of, I really like Ready Player One's demo, but Ready Player One, there's so much stuff going on and there's so much bass, which I like, it's a great demo, but it's almost overwhelming for a lot of people. And I feel like Gravity is a great one to showcase because you got to hit them later in the stomach. You got to hit them later, punch them in the stomach, and Gravity gets the whole party started, I think, without making people feel like something's too much.
Sure.
And there's so many go-to scenes too. It's not just like one scene in the movie. From the very first intro, when it has that just that silence to building up to like the incredible enveloping, like the whole room's ablaze with sound, and then it's stops. It's like that in space. It has a little subtitle. I can't remember what it says, but that's like an incredible way to open it.
Well, then you've got the close-ups, or you've got the radio comms that are moving around the room, and then you've got the close-ups of her face as she's spinning off and then coming back as she's off the tether. You've got the dark scenes where you can really showcase the black levels of your projector. I mean, there's so many things in that movie that you can showcase. The only thing it's lacking is HDR.
Yeah.
Even the parachute at the end, as it opens up, it goes over all the surround speakers as the capsule's coming down, and the fly is buzzing around speaker to speaker through the end and stuff. And the music's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just really well done.
Even when he goes underwater and pops back up.
Yep.
That's a cool part. That is for sure. And
go ahead.
I like the part where she's really close to the what do you call it? The helmet. And the camera's zooming in real slow, and then it completely changes sound. And then once it comes out of that, then it goes back to a different sound. It's like, dude, that's a great use of
it was
all
really
of
well
those
done.
speakers. Yeah.
But Michael, what about you? What's your go-to?
So I'm not going to say that one because y'all have already said that. I'm not saying Ready Player One because I'm with you, Ryan. I like Ready Player One. It's quite overdone.
It's great.
But to me, it is a lot of stuff. I mean, it's like there's so much going on. When we get to another best blank for home theater, I'll bring in Ready Player One, and I'll specifically tell you why I like that demo for that. But as far as all around, I mean, there's a bunch of them. I mean, Tron Legacy, fantastic. I love, oh gosh, I was about to say it right before then.
I'd like to point out that Tron Legacy is also another 1080p movie. It's not 4K.
Yeah. Ford versus Ferrari. Incredible. It's just got a good all around sound. There's certain aspects of it that's got some rumble, some deep. You've got the part where the airplane comes in, and so there's some Atmos there. So, but it's not like over the top. It's pretty enveloping kind of thing. So it's just, I think it's mixed really well. So those are a couple of them that I enjoy, probably just for all around.
Okay. Let's change this to,
before we jump too quick, you think of that. I'm going to just kind of go through and just see.
I've been watching for questions that we'll get to at the end.
I'm just looking in the chat to see what some of your guys is. So World of War.
There's a lot of Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Okay.
You guys that love Ready Player One, do you like the visuals on it? That's my beef with that one. It's all kind of like grayed out. And
there are some great visuals in it. After the race scene, when they get back into the hangar and they're at those close-ups of the faces, right, where he's talking to her, you can really see a lot of detail and color in their faces, and that's a great scene. But yeah, it's very monotone, Jonathan. I do have to agree with you on that one.
So this is what I'm waiting on right here. Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun. I haven't watched it yet.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm excited.
Speaking of,
I'm really excited. No, we ain't going there, man. It hadn't come out officially, so
exactly.
Maybe I need to have you guys all over next weekend or something, and we can watch it.
Yeah, that's
because I have it on Kscape, and I haven't watched it yet.
Tron Legacy. You guys are, definitely naming some great ones here. So I like seeing what other people recommend, and so if you're watching this, maybe even on the replay, hopefully these are giving you some good ideas. Someone even said Birdman. So that's pretty wild.
I haven't seen it.
Definitely don't hear people, mention that. Deepwater Horizon. Yeah, definitely some really, really good stuff over here. So definitely keep those coming.
Gravity is on Atmos on Apple. with Atmos for $7. I didn't know
Blade
that.
Runner,
I have
fantastic.
to try that one. Blade Runner is a really good one.
Techno Dad, good to see you, brother.
I actually think Blade Runner is one of those that is good to showcase everything in in your home theater. I mean, it ticks all the boxes, and then I'm going to throw another one out there. Dune, the new Dune does a really good job of doing all of that too, and it's those are two that I kind of forgot about. And you know, Jonathan mentioned this one earlier, Mad Max Fury Road. I mean, it's done a lot, but it does so many things so well. And one last one.
Sadly, I still have yet to see that whole movie. I've seen a bunch of clips and a bunch of demos, and
really,
I've never seen the whole movie start to finish.
And then the last one I'll say is the Dread.
Yeah, so I haven't seen that
another
one.
really good one.
So
not the one with Sylvester Stallone, the new one.
Yeah,